Okay, today we are going to see how to install Docker Desktop, and these are the options that are available for different operating system, Mac, Windows, and Linux. And I'm going to choose the download for Windows AMD 64. After choosing this, it will start downloading and we will wait until it downloads completely and we will start so at least it will take 15 minutes to execute to install the Docker desktop for your laptop, right, or a PC. Okay, now it started installing the Docker desktop version of 4.38 to my laptop. Okay, now the installation is successful. So just I'm clicking the close button to close the Docker desktop installation window. Now we can move on to the desktop so that we can select the Docker desktop icon. So this is the Docker desktop icon. So I'm clicking on that Docker desktop and it will ask you to give the login credentials. So you can give the login credentials or you can log in using the options that are available using Google or Facebook or Docker account, right? So just I'm clicking on Google and selecting the account, giving the username and password. It will log in into the Docker. So it shows welcome to Docker, right? So logging into the account and it shows welcome to Docker and then it will display the Docker desktop, right? So proceed, if you click on proceed to Docker desktop, it will go to Docker desktop directly and it will ask for the role. So here I'm giving my role as teacher and it is used for work and deploying application as well as learning or teaching. And then just click on continue. This is just a survey. So here if you see there will not be any containers or images available because now only we have loaded. So this is the account which is already there in the Docker Hub and these are the options available: containers, images, volumes, etc. So images, volumes, everything is available, but we have not created any images so far, right? So for example, if you go to images and click on Hub repository, which is nothing but Docker Hub, it will show what are the images available in the Docker Hub. So if you see here, there are 3 images which is created before 6 months, 2 years, and 4 years. So this is the tag for the first image V1 and the image name is demo book, created 6 months ago, 2 years ago, and 4 years ago. So this is the Docker file. We are going to create a Docker file which is mandatory for creating a image and building the image. So here I am giving Python which is needed for executing this application. So from Python, the version 3.9 and work directory app and then the copy command dot slash app and run command which will install Flask with options no catch DAR, and then I'm setting the port which is exposed to 5000, expose 5000, then setting the environment, point the app file flask app equal to app.py. Then executing the command flask app and then the host IP. Host IP for a local IP address 0.0.0.0 is given. So this will ping to local loop address. Save the file and open another file which is app.py to write a web application based on Python Flask. So here this is the web application which is named as app.py. So here we are starting that app.py program with the package Flask. So importing Flask and then creating the object for this Flask which is named as app, and then creating the decorator to route that path, and creating the function for that path information def hello, and then we are returning just the print statement hello docker. So since the name of app.py is not correct, inspect of dot comma is there, so I'm just changing the name app.py. And then return within double quotes hello docker, right? And after that I'm going to execute this app using this main condition checking if name equal to main app.run app.run, right? So this will automatically execute this object app, right? So save that program. So these two Docker file and app.py are under DevOps folder, right? So I'm going to the command line and then I'm just giving Docker build -t DevOps dot. So dot means it will give it. So since build, it should be build it, but I have typed as build. So just I'm changing the name. So just I'm changing the name to build -t DevOps. So here, since the internet is not available, it's showing the error to download the Python version 3.9. Okay, now I am connected to the internet. So executing the same line once again. So it is connected. Docker build -t DevOps, and then click on enter. So it is building the image in the name of DevOps. So under the DevOps folder, we are having Docker file and app.py file. So since there are 4 lines, it is executing each line in that Docker file. First, it is executing 1/4 as from Docker. Right. Next 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. So now we have built the image which is named DevOps. Next, what we are going to do, we are going to run that image, right? Docker image. So if you see, if you check, it will show DevOps is the available repository, and this is the image ID of the image created, and the tag name is latest. So now we are going to run the image. Docker run -p, where P represents the port information 5000, and -v represents the path information. So here the path which where DevOps is available is C:, users Devi DevOps, and then the file name app. So just I'm copying it and pasting it here and giving the file name app. Click on enter, which is available as the name of DevOps. So DevOps is given, and then click on enter. So it started and executing in the URL HTTPS 127.0.0.1, and the port is 5000. Just copy the URL and paste it in the browser, so we can see the execution of that image, which is hello docker, right? So far we have created docker file, as well as we have created app.py, and built the image and executed the image. Now we are going to check whether there is any container. To check the active container, we are using -a as the option. So the active container ID is showing, this is the active container ID, and the image name is DevOps, right? So now we will try to push it to the Docker Hub from this Docker desktop, right? So for that we have to log in, and the login shows it is successful with the authenticating credentials, because we have logged in when the desktop Docker desktop is created. So now we are giving tag information to the image ID. So just copy the image ID and paste it here, and give the tag name such that it is relevant to the Docker Hub repository. So if you are not giving, so Devi is not available in my repository, there is some number which I shown earlier. So to show you, if you give any other name here similar to Devi, so you will get an error. You have to give the repository name which is available in the Docker Hub, right? So if you, and after tagging, what we have to do, we have to push it to the repository. Since I have given a wrong repository name, it will show error. Docker push, and then the repository, which is Devi slash Docker demo latest. So it will show error because Devi repository is not available in my Docker Hub login. Right. So if you see here, it will result in error, push access denied, the repository does not exist, right? So now let's give the correct name which is available in the Docker desktop. Okay, so here I'm giving the repository name which is correctly available in the Docker Hub, which is 251.228.121.980, and trying this Docker push in the same repository, DevOps latest, where latest is the tag name which we are giving to it. So what it is showing, it started pushing the content to the remote repository. So after all this content are pushed, we can go and check with the Docker Hub whether this repository number slash DevOps is available in the Docker Hub. So before only three images are available. After installing after pushing this image, we can able to see the fourth image in the repository, which is the DevOps image in the Docker Hub. Okay, now it is going to finish all the images, all the content within the DevOps images are pushed to the repository, which is 251.228.121.980. Yes, everything is pushed and it's showing the latest hash information of it. And can you able to see the fourth image, which is the repository name slash DevOps, right? So the repository name slash DevOps is available, which is tagged as latest, and that is what pushed with 6 seconds ago. Right, so far what are the things we have covered in this lecture? How to create download and install a Docker desktop, and how to create a Docker file, and how to create after creating the Docker file, how to create an application using Python Flask, and how to create the image by building the image and then running the image inside the Docker desktop. After running it, how to push it to the Docker Hub, right? So these are the content we have learned in this lecture, right? Thank you.